Hey friends, happy Wednesday morning. It is going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Hey guys, I just wanted to share something that was on my heart this morning, something that I really hope blesses you. You know, I have the best job ever. I say that a lot, but it's mornings like this that I really appreciate the fact that, if I need to be a little bit late, I can take vacation time at the last minute, which is what I did this morning so I could wait until it got light out. You know, it's one thing to navigate ice when it's light, but it's a whole other thing when it's darkness. So you definitely don't want to be out in the darkness. The darkness just adds a whole new element to things, right? Which is made my Bible study so timely this morning. I love it when that happens. I was in Mark 4, starting in verse 35, and it says that later on that day when evening came, Jesus said to the disciples, "Let us go to the other side." Now, he had had a busy day of teaching. He was still in the boat, and rather than go to shore because the crowds were pressing in on him, that's why he was in the boat, he said, "Let us go to the other side." And he went down, the story tells, I highly suggest that you read it, but it says that he went to the bottom of the boat in the stern, and he got a cushion, he laid on it, and he went to sleep. So while they were going to the other side, it says that it was dark. So this great storm arose that must have just terrified the disciples. Now let me remind you, 5 of them were seasoned fishermen, but this was a storm so big that it petrified them. It just threatened to sink the whole boat. And in the darkness, can you just imagine? It made it so much worse. You know, it's one thing to have the wind and the waves to be able to see them rocking the boat, but in the darkness, all you could hear was the sounds, and it just made it so much worse. You couldn't see what you were doing, and it just made it so much worse. So, but they went to Jesus, it says, and they were indignant, and they said, "Jesus, don't you care that we are going to perish?" Now, let me remind you, Jesus told them, he made them a promise. He said, "Let us go to the other side." He was saying, we are going to make it to the other side. But the disciples lost sight of that in the darkness with the overwhelming, just the sounds and the sights of everything, or the lack of sights. They were scared. They were terrified. And so they said, "Jesus, once again, do you not care that we are perishing?" And with that, Jesus got up, and it says that he rebuked the wind and the waves, and he said, "Be still. Peace, be still," or "quiet, be still," depending on which version you're reading. But anyway, that was the same thing, the same way that he would rebuke the demons. So we could tell this was a very timely spiritual attack. Because let me tell you what, now Satan doesn't know our future. Let's get that straight. Only Jesus knows our future, but he can predict with some certainty, based on our current behavior and our past behavior, what our next move is going to be, right? And the Bible tells that he is like a roaring lion. He's prowling around all the time, watching us, seeking who he can devour. And that's us. So basically, it's seeking when he can devour us. But he knew that Jesus was not going to the other side to go on vacation, because based on Jesus' past experiences and his behaviors and the disciples, he was not going to go on vacation. So if he could take him out there and the disciples before they got to the other side, he would break this chain of events that he was certain was going to happen. And definitely it did. But they made it to the other side, because Jesus always, always, always keeps his promises. And when he says, "Let us go to the other side," it's us. We are going to make it to the other side. And so when he got to the other side, the Bible tells us that he restored a demon-possessed man. He raised a little girl from the dead, and he healed a lady that had an illness for a very long time, a blood illness. But that is our Jesus. This is what he does. And guys, you know, we are all going to go through storms in life. It's not a matter of if, it's when. You know, and if you're a Christian, you are following him, you're either in a storm, you're coming out of a storm, or you're going into a storm. That's just the way it is. It's just a cycle. And we need to remember that at the end of the day, no matter what we go through, because Jesus said, "In this world we will have troubles, but take heart, I have overcome the world." We are going to make it to the other side. So let us not fear. Let us not fear whatever comes our way, remembering at the end of the day, we are going to the other side, and we will be with Jesus. He is in that boat with us, guys. He has not left us. So guys, I really, really hope that blesses you. I'm going to finish up this run. It's very slow, and get off to the best job ever. It's going to be a great day.